when you tell your friends and family everything that's going on, all that stuff is getting saved in their head,
Right.
man. And, now they just, they mad. They mad, but you done. Y'all squashed it because basically it's like your friends and family are not there for the makeup. Yeah. They're not there in the moment that you and your partner are making up.
Yeah, they not here when you get the rubbing on my chest. You know what I'm saying? They not here for that.
Right.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Sid Entertainer. I'm asking y'all to check out the Loveology podcast. This is...
Hello, and welcome to the Loveology podcast, where we talk about love and life with laughter. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jason.
He's the carefree one.
She's the serious one. And we're married. We have been since 2012, and we like to think of ourselves as a couple of loveologists.
Not because we are the experts, but because we just love love.
We enjoy studying and talking about it, so we thought, let's just start a podcast.
A place where we can share what we have learned about love, relationships, and marriage.
You can share what you've learned, and we can all grow together.
So here we are. Are you ready?
Let's get started. What's up, world? Welcome back to another episode of the Loveology podcast. We are here yet again, another episode. What's up, love? How
Hi,
you
honey.
doing?
Hello.
I'm good. How you, love?
I'm good. We had a great day yesterday.
We did.
She's not a crumb snatcher anymore. She's a big girl.
Yeah, she's a whole piece of snatcher, not just a crumb. Yeah, yes. Our daughter, she turned to the big 6.
Yes.
Yesterday, so she had fun and had a bouncy house.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to AA Party Supplies for that.
That's right.
Definitely appreciate it. So yeah, we had a ball, man. She had a ball, we had a ball, Isaiah had a ball. I don't know if Isaiah thought it was his birthday or not.
I think he did. It was somebody's birthday. He got to play with a gift and play in the bounce house, which it wasn't that expensive, you guys. Like if you're trying to find something to do with your kids,
right,
get a bouncy house.
Yeah. You can get in there. You can disinfect it yourself just in case, you're a little nervous they not, didn't do it or whatever, just to help you out,
Mm-hmm.
you can disinfect it yourself, and it's a cool little thing to do.
Yeah, and we rented it. Let me just be sure and be clear about that.
Right.
We rented it.
Right.
So
yeah, check that out, man. That's awesome. Yeah. So babe, we are jumping into another topic.
Yes. Oh, happy Black History Month, by the way.
Happy February. Happy Black History Month. Shout out to the black people out there in the world.
Yes.
So this topic, what are we talking about, man? What are we talking about?
We are talking about something we really should have talked about a long time ago because it is very important to relationships. And it is about how much should you share with your friends and family about your relationship, or how much you shouldn't share, or all of that, all of the in-between conversations about, maybe not all of them, but some of the in-between conversations about what you should share with your friends and family.
Mm-hmm. Didn't your cousin, I know we did a live a while ago, and your
Mm-hmm.
cousin Taylor, she I think there was a topic that she wanted to see.
Yep, absolutely. It was, a long time ago, at least 6 months ago. So I'm so happy that we're doing this because I do think this is really important. And of course, your friends and family are very influential to you. So
yes,
understanding some of the dangers of sharing too much or the dangers of not sharing at all, because that's a problem. so hopefully we're going to give you some ideas about what kind of things you may want to think twice before you share.
Yes.
And just some things we're going to talk about it.
And again, if you're not familiar with our format, if you're brand new, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, make sure you come on shit. So support the podcast, and we really appreciate it if you do that. But if you're not familiar with our format, Ashley does a lot of research. She reads a lot of the books and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of times when we come to the podcast right now, I don't know exactly what all she's going to say. So I'm sort of speak in your shoes. So I get to ask those questions that you may ask or provide a perspective from your point of view. So we're going to jump right into it, man. I can't wait to talk about this episode because this might be a good one. All right.
And I will say for this one, I didn't do that much research for it because I actually just have a lot of lived knowledge, and you do too, Jason, of course, around this topic.
Mm-hmm.
So it was funny because some of the things I researched, I was making notes, like things that I already knew, and then I looked, I was like, oh, I'm saying the same thing they saying. I'm on point. So I was excited about that. But anyway.
But look, I just wanted to say, you know what I'm saying, what we say here is just our perspective. You know what I'm saying? So definitely take it, and if you want to utilize it, well, great. But if you have your own perspective on some things, leave it in the comments. Drop it in the comments so we can all grow together as a community. So
absolutely.
Definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, if you got a piece of advice about this that, has really worked well for you, let us know, or like you said, I don't know if you said this, but if you don't agree with something, hey, we're here to have a conversation.
Yeah, we just starting the conversation off. Hey, y'all are part of it too. So drop it in the comments.
Right. Okay, so the first thing that we need to know is that it is normal to want to talk to people, your friends, your family, be open with them about what's going on, and to get some support. You may have an argument and you just need to talk to somebody about it. It's just, really bothering you. You're trying to understand some things. So, of course, this is all very normal. And if someone is trying to keep you from saying anything or talking to your friends about anything, they're probably a little, controlling. Control. But with that being said, it is important to understand some things that could happen as a result of you sharing, and maybe when you're sharing too much. Okay.
Yeah.
So the first thing that I want to talk about, because this to me is one of the most important things for people to understand. Okay. When you tell your friends and family about an issue, more than likely, they're going to take your side.
Yeah. Most likely. Yeah.
And you want them to, right?
Not necessarily. I'm trying to see. She tried to set me up with one of those questions. No, not necessarily. For my friends and family, I would like for you, if I did bring something to you, I just want you to give me your unbiased opinion. That's what I like.
So Jason just hit the nail on the head. Okay. Unbiased. Are your friends and family really able to give you unbiased opinions?
Well, you shouldn't be surrounded by a lot of yes men and yes women. So I know my friends and my people, you should be able to give me some unbiased feedback, because I'm going to do the same thing for you. I'm going to tell you what I hear, and I'm going to give you a synopsis of what I heard, not necessarily if it's your side or their side. I'm just going to give you the truth, because I always say it's three perspectives, right? It's your perspective, it's my perspective, and it's God's perspective. So, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. So going back to the perspective, and I totally agree with you, Jason. Totally agree with you. But this is the thing that I think is hard to kind of, I don't know, figure out when you're going through this situation. What you just said about perspective. When you tell a story, you're telling it from your perspective.
True that. So it's already bias built in.
Already.
Yeah.
Already.
True.
So if you, sometimes as the third party, you can just hearing one part of the story, you can kind of say, oh, what did you say? Or
right.
let's try to look at it from your partner's perspective. And sometimes you can hear, even with hearing your family friend or your friend or family members side of the story, you can actually still hear it. But sometimes, depending on how you telling the story to your friend and family, you could be conveniently leaving out some things, right? Like some things that you may have done, or something that you said, or so you're already presenting it from your perspective, which is a biased perspective for your own self-interest, right? maybe not,
right?
But a lot of arguments arise in marriages and relationships because there's been some sort of miscommunication, and one person, sometimes it is just a matter of perception. I perceived something different about this event than Jason did.
Right.
He said something and I took it a certain way and he meant it a totally different way.
Happens all the time.
So if I tell my friend about this argument that we have and I say this mean thing that he said, whatever, right? I'm going to present it like that.
Right.
To my friend, and she's gonna take it exactly the way that I said it, right?
Right.
But that ain't what he said, or that's not how he meant it.
Right.
I left out something. I left out a context.
It's the whole picture where you see the number 6 on the ground. From my perspective, it looks like a 6, but from your perspective, it's a 9. who's right and who's wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I think that's why the person who's hearing the story, the family member or the friend who's hearing the story, that's why it's important to ask questions, to try to get the full understanding as much as you can, because you're really not going to get the full understanding. But just try to get a better understanding of what's going on by asking questions. If something just didn't, if you're doing this or you're doing this, that means you need to ask a question because something didn't compute right. And that'll help bring it out. It's like, well, I did do this. And it's okay. And so now you can kind of go through that conversation a little bit better with more understanding by asking questions.
And if you are the person in the relationship and your friend starts to tell you something, it's like, well, I kind of think you were wrong about that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You need to be mature enough, right?
Yeah.
To say, because some people do have, like you said, you have friends that will tell you, it's like, I think that wasn't right.
Right.
You know? And that is the type of friends that you want and family members that you want. But you need to like be able to accept that. And not say, well, you're taking his side. It's like, no, I'm not taking his side, okay?
Because no one's right 100% of the time.
Right.
Right? Nobody.
Yeah. So, this idea of basically the point I was getting, there is some bias because your family loves you more than they love your partner, unless you've been married for a long time. More than likely, like y'all first year marriage, they still love their child, like their person more than they love the spouse. But
I think the ladies get majority of the love in relationships from the families. Yeah.
You think so?
I don't know.
I don't know, because some mothers have a hard time letting their sons go. It's like,
yeah,
she's going to side with the son and she's not going to side with the daughter-in-law. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
I guess it just depends.
Yeah, it's just totally situational, right?
Right.
Yeah, so the way that we are supposed to be thinking about things, especially if the couple is married, right? To become one, right?
Yes.
So we are supposed to, like, if you're the person that's giving the advice, you're supposed to be thinking about what is best for the relationship.
Right.
Like, how can you support your family member or friend to have a healthy relationship?
Correct.
Right?
Because if you just really hardcore siding with whether it's any individual, you're adding to the tear apart of the relationship, and it's it may hinder the healing of the two. So you want to see how you can help mend the two, but I guess we're gonna go further into that
a little bit
later on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, I do think that this is where marriage counseling could really add value, because I hear a lot of men especially say, well, why would I go tell a complete stranger my problems? You know what I mean? But that's
the point. They're a complete stranger.
Yeah, and they should have a more unbiased opinion. They are really focused on how can I help this couple, and they're not going to be like, picking sides, right? They shouldn't be, right? But it's much easier for them to be objective. They are so far removed from your family and your friends that they are just really looking at, okay, you tell me, they talking to both of you, they're getting both sides of the story at the same time, and they're just have this very objective view of what's going on. Right.
Yeah. And then another main thing, because I was going to say that initially, that man, they just have more experience. They went to school for this, or they and just like I said, experience in general. They have done this over and over and over again. Relationships is some of the same stuff.
It's the same stuff be happening, y'all.
It's the same stuff. It doesn't matter what race you are, what culture you're in, how old you are, how young you are. It's pretty much the same stuff, and it goes down to communication. Really, is be one of the main things that can throw things off, and you'll be surprised on how easily things can get miscommunicated. You know what I'm saying? Quickly. So it's trust into that stranger, that perfect stranger, to help let them do their job, right?
Yeah. And make sure, of course, like, all therapists are not made alike. There's some good therapists and there's some bad therapists.
You know how to check them ratings now. It's 2021.
Go to Yelp, dog.
Come on, y'all know how to check them ratings.
Nah, just do your due diligence and find a good therapist. There's this therapist online. Her name is Spirit, and I think her name on Instagram is Talk to Spirit.
Yeah.
I love her. I just think like I agree with everything she says. She has this show on OWN.
So you think she right 100% of the time?
I know she not right 100%, but she be on point, y'all. So I'm gonna look through her stuff and try to find something, like, you know, a topic based off something that she talked about, because I just love her and I want to promote her as much as possible because I think she's awesome. And she does something called Free Advice Fridays, and you know, she take listener questions, and she just be on point every time. Like, I'm like, yes, I just agree with everything she's saying.
Yeah.
So find you a therapist like that, because I think she's awesome. For sure. So yeah, so ain't that like a very important point? Like this whole, like, be careful if you're gonna share. Be careful how you sharing this situation,
right?
And understand that, like, you are influencing how your friend or family member is seeing this situation, because it's coming from your perspective, and they only getting one side of the story, you know. So it's really hard sometimes to give advice in that way, right?
Yeah, I would, if I was the person who, I know we're talking from the person who's telling people, right? That's the perspective that we're giving it to. But I also want to talk to the people that are receiving this information, right? I just be real patient with this individual. I wouldn't jump to a conclusion. I wouldn't really give your too much thought off top. I would just kind of wait a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I mean is, that initial conversation, they just a lot of times just want to get it out. They just want to talk to somebody else, and they may not even be looking for a real solution from you. So I would just let them talk, receive it, and just say, you know, wow, it's a lot to take in. Let me pray about it, whatever, because you never know. A couple of days later, they didn't already resolve it. You know what I'm saying? So allow them to get a chance to resolve. Sometimes when people come to you, it's just really, they just want to get it out. They want to get it out to somebody they trust, and they trust you, right? So just be, you know, just like I said, be mindful. Don't jump to conclusions, because you may say, oh, she wrong for that. That's not, and then 2 days later, everything's all fine and dandy, and now you looking crazy,
right?
It's like, right. You know, so yeah.
So there's two things that you just said within that statement that we're going to talk about.
Okay.
So the next thing is that your friends and family probably won't be as forgiving as you are.
Right.
So when you tell your friends and family everything that's going on, all that stuff is getting saved in their head,
right?
Man. And you know, now they just, you know, they mad, but you done. Y'all squashed it, because basically it's like your friends and family are not there for the makeup. Yeah. They're not there in the moment that you and your partner are making up.
Yeah, they not here when you get the rubbing on my chest. You know what I'm saying? They not here for that.
Right. So
they don't get that.
Yeah. So, and then they don't get the physical intimacy, of course, right? But like all these things are happening between you and your partner, the hugs and the kisses and I'm sorry and I love you and all this other stuff. Your friends ain't part of that. They're not witnessing it. All they got is that negative thing that you know, that you told them about or whatever.
And not only is there, it's growing too. Oh, it grows.
Yeah. So you have to be it is a balance of trying to decide how much you're going to share. And it is all, you have to make that determination. We can't really tell you, right? But we are going to go over some things that you may want to think twice about before you share. I can't say that, but it's up to you, you know, what you share, but understand that what that is doing to your friends and family, and that they may not be as forgiving as you are.
Right. So
just remember that, like, you done, y'all made up, and they still mad. Okay.
Right.
So
look, side note, I'm sorry. Side note,
oh, Lord.
I'm out here, y'all. I don't know how many of y'all have invested in doggy coin or dog coin, but dog coin is acting a fool, y'all. I'm just watching it as it goes up. So shout out to doggy coin, Elon Musk, Dogecoin, however you want to call it. So I had to give him a shout out real quick. Go get you some crypto.
Okay, so moving right along. Thank you, Jason, for your stock advice.
Yeah. No, it ain't no stock advice. This is educational purposes only. I'm just letting y'all know that Dogcoin is acting a fool. I got stock update, crypto update.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the other thing is closely related to what I just said and what you said in your statement. When you're venting, you could just be venting, right? But if you are if you're venting about your partner 99% of the time, you are presenting your partner in a negative light.
Correct. Period.
You don't if you don't tell your friends and family all of the good and wonderful stuff that your partner is doing to them, doing for you or with you or whatever, you're just feeding your friends and family negativity about your partner. So whose fault is it when they like start talking about you should leave that person? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to be aware of that. Like, for sure.
Right.
If you just every time you talk to your friend about your partner, it's negative, what do you think is going to happen?
Right, a negative outcome. I mean, just realistically, you probably, and then on the flip side, if you talk about the good things, oh, my man gave me some flowers today, he did this and he did that, he did this, they don't want to hear that either. You see what I'm saying? So you kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place of saying good stuff all the time and saying bad stuff all the time. So really what you should be doing, just be quiet. Just be quiet. Talk to your partner.
Jason, you can talk to your friends about it. I'm just saying. You have to be aware of continually talking
Folks
negative.
ain't trying to hear all that. They don't want to hear about all the good stuff that happened in your relationship. Sometimes they do want to hear some of the bad stuff because some people just like to hear that stuff, the drama, right? But for the most part, man, just chill. Just I'm
trying to think about what I do. I guess I don't. Like when you do something like really exciting, then I will say something, I guess. Yeah. But
like what? Give me an example.
I don't know. I mean, because I don't think I tell my friends like when you buy me flowers, I thank you for the flowers.
Right.
Every now and again I'll post it on Facebook or something. But Jason give me he hasn't that in a while. The pandemic. But for a while there, he was giving me flowers like at least once a month.
Yeah, once or twice a month, yes, for sure.
So I would only talk about it very rarely.
Right.
But so I guess it would be pretty irritating if I was posting a picture every time Jason gave me flowers.
I want to see that. That's for you anyway.
It's for me anyway, so I don't feel a need to post it all the time.
Right.
So, but sometimes I like to.
Yeah.
Just to thank you publicly or whatever for it, So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another time, like I don't know. I just try to give you, even for Jordan's birthday, it was Jason's idea to get the bouncy house,
Mm-hmm.
And, if somebody says something about it, I make sure that I give you the credit of like, oh, that was Jason's idea. It was such a good idea,
Right.
But I'm not about to run to my friend and say, oh, Jason came up with this idea. Da, 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 da.
So basically,
that's what
you letting people come to you and say, oh, that's pretty cool, the bouncy house. And then you say, well, that was Jason's idea, so I think that's a little different, what I'm saying? But yeah, just going out and just telling everybody, Jason bought this and Jason did that. Jason did that. Don't nobody want to hear that.
But what if you got me a car or something?
Okay, I get you a car.
But people get like really excited and they want to share that thing.
Man, did I pay for it? Is it paid off?
Yes. Just pretend like we just got, all the money in the world and you just pay. Like Gabrielle Union just got a car. Her husband.
Man, nobody want to hear you just got a brand new car for free and you ain't have to do nothing. Don't nobody want to hear that. That's good.
People like it. People loved it, shared it, Y'all let us know.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Do you want to hear it? Some people
Why
may
can't
not
people be happy and like, yay? Like
some people might be going through some stuff. They don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying?
So you can't talk about anything good that's happening in your life because other people going through stuff?
You can talk about good things. You can. But I'm just saying, just too much talking, period, is not. I don't think it'll be beneficial for your relationship, whether it's good stuff or bad stuff. Keep the conversation about your relationship inside your relationship for the most part. You can give your flowers for your wife or your husband to your closest friends, sometimes every now and then on the internet, right? But for the most part, man, just keep it to yourself.
Speaking of, so it was a couple of Valentine's Day ago. I was at work and Jason, when we all worked in the offices, right? And Jason just can't. I see his body walking down Walking down the hall, like in my office, my cubicle. We have a kind of like an open floor plan, or we had it. So yeah, I'm like, oh my God, is that Jason? You know, it was just such a surprise.
And
you
I
know?
was fresh to death on him.
Oh my gosh.
Killing
And he
them.
brought flowers for the other ladies in the office. I'm like, Jason, he thinks he's he thinks he's too hot to trot, I guess. What is that? Is that thinking a ladies' man? But no, I thought that was very cute. I love that. Like, I have no problem with that. I maybe some other women may have a problem with that, but I love that you're just kind to women. You know what I'm saying? And I trust you, and hopefully nobody gets that misunderstood. And I'm sure some people do.
They probably do.
No, I mean, you're just the kind person. Yeah. So like, and
I like to say positive things. So if I see some of my coworkers, I tell them, I say, man, your hair looks nice today. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's a beautiful dress. Oh, those are some dope shoes. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I do. And I'm not just saying it just to be saying it. I actually do feel like it's nice looking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like, I feel like, he is supposed to respect all women and like be courteous, and that's how I want to be treated, and there's nothing wrong with him treating other women like that. Of course he know what he can and cannot do, right?
Sure.
But like, just even something that's holding a door open, I expect you to hold a door open for other women, not just me. If it's a woman coming, I expect you to open a door.
Oh yeah,
no problem. So anyway, but yes, I made a Facebook post about that because it was just kind of such a surprise, and it made me really happy.
Yeah.
It was funny, so I kind of told a quick story about Jason popped up on me at my job with flowers on Valentine's Day, and I didn't even think that he can get into the
I can get in just about anywhere.
the building.
Anybody that know me, I can talk my way into any place.
So yeah. So that's an example.
Yeah, cool.
But I just don't do too much of it, so it's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take that. I just don't post that much stuff like about our relationship, even the very like happy moments, I guess.
Right.
So that I definitely don't post anything negative on Facebook. I mean, maybe we already did an episode about social media in your relationship.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we talked about this, but I definitely think that don't post nothing negative about your relationship on Facebook.
Yeah, that's a big no-no. Big no-no. Not even subliminal.
Yeah, don't be doing those like
because people know. People gonna automatically jump to conclusions.
Yeah.
So don't put that out there in the atmosphere.
Yeah. Yeah. So just be aware of how much you're giving to a person, and understanding that if you're venting a lot to a friend and everything that you have to say is all negative, then they're going to have a negative opinion about your friend.
True that.
I mean, about your partner. So yes, they may advise you to, leave your partner, and you may honestly, like, I don't think a lot of people think about this. I think they may honestly be confused, and they may actually blame their friends and family saying, well, you're telling me that I should leave him. Well, all I hear is bad stuff.
Right. That's not getting the full picture.
Yeah. So to me, he's not doing nothing for you, because every time you talk to me about him or her, it's all bad. So So, and then, this may just also help your relationship, right? Because, sometimes we all kind of take our partner for granted, and sometimes you just gotta like, let me think about why I'm grateful for this person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, let's think about what they are adding to my life, and let me try to tell that sometimes.
Right.
All right. So, like I said, did a little research on the internet. There was a couple of lists out there of things that you should not share, and I was like, after reading the list, I was like, dang, you can't share anything. So, according to them.
Right.
So it's, realistically, I think that we all talk about these things with our friends and family, this list that I'm about to go through, but it's also, situational again. And I think that it's just more important to be concerned about who you sharing it to. Make sure you sharing this stuff with wise people.
Yes.
People that kind of know something about being in a relationship. And, people that have your best interest and your best interest as it pertains to the relationship.
Yes.
If you definitely if you're married.
Right.
Of course, we're not condoning supporting people being in physical and emotional abusive relationships, right?
Yes.
So, just want to make that clear. But one thing, details on the latest fights you probably shouldn't be sharing.
No.
No?
No.
Have you ever done that?
Details on our latest fights?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Really?
No. Why would I? Because like I said, we still need to resolve that. You know what I'm saying?
So you tell after the fact?
Yeah, maybe.
Why?
I don't know.
Probably to help somebody.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, me too. I'm pretty much like that. Jason and I really don't talk about an argument as we're going through it. A lot of times if I tell someone about an argument, it's because I'm helping someone and I'm giving our argument as an example.
Right.
So, sex life.
Nip.
We've kind of gone back and forth about whether or not we want to discuss this on this podcast because sex is just such an important part of
Intimacy,
of the relationship, and it's especially marriage. And so we have covered sex, because of books that we've been covering, and that's just the only way that it's going to be covered because
right.
Like maybe it's because we're from the South. Me being a Southern girl, I was like, I just can't talk about that. I want to help people, but I can't. I just can't talk about it. I can't talk about that on the podcast.
No, just some things we gotta keep private.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you gotta watch out who you tell your business to. You know what I'm saying? So if you going around telling your girl can do this and do that, and that's going, they might get to hating on you. You know what I'm saying? They might get to making up stuff and telling this person just to get to their ear, to your wife's ear, so they can get a piece of that. You know what I'm saying? They want to try that out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So your fear is that if you tell your friends, they may too get excited. Not your friends, but your friends wouldn't do that.
No, I'm just saying, just in general, you just, because you don't know who they may tell.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And that person may not give a dang about you.
Right.
Me. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that you will fall for any BS, but still, why even have those attempts?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So sex life, you got to keep that intimate, man. That's just between me and you.
I used to work around a lot of men. I've been working around a lot of men for a long. Actually, this is my first time in my life. Well, not the first time, but I worked around a lot of men for a very long time. And one job that I worked at, I just think it's very clear that either these men are extremely immature, they were at the time, or they just really didn't care about the girls. But I just...
Or both.
Yeah. Men who do that, who talk about like their sex life with their girl or whoever, to me, they don't care anything about the girl. When I see a man when I see a man who refuses to talk about the sex life, he's either mature or he actually cares about this woman.
Or he cares about his reputation more than he cares about the woman. So that's not necessarily saying he don't care about the woman. It's just he may want to get some extra clout with the boys by saying this and that.
Yeah. So fellas, that's not cool, man. That's not cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless, if you're immature and you're listening to this, y'all need to stop doing that. I know that's how y'all talk. I've been around so many men. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
like I said, we were much younger at the time when I heard these type of conversations a lot. It's just not. Don't let the women hear it for sure, because it's just disgusting. We can't stand that, right?
Yeah.
So just chill out on that. Keep it between you and the girl.
Right.
Be a gentleman. Don't tell.
Don't kiss and tell.
Don't kiss and tell.
Yeah.
No kissing and telling. Okay. Issues with the in-laws.
Issues with the in-laws. Okay.
That's something that you should not share.
Oh, should not share.
I'm saying that you should think twice about sharing it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's just like, I can't tell my friends nothing. Like, I need to talk to somebody about this.
Right.
But you are supposed to be talking to your partner. Sometimes you need to talk to somebody else too, though.
But at the same time, that's what a therapist is.
But maybe you ain't got no money for a therapist.
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
I should be able to talk to my friends about some stuff.
Yeah, some stuff. But that's a complex relationship in itself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, because that may be, you may be talking about my dad or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's my dad, you know what I'm saying? Is he in the wrong? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? But still, we're gonna deal with that, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that don't necessarily mean you should, talk about him, because then that may make me feel a certain way, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's something that you might want to steer away from.
Okay.
Be very cautious about that.
Finances.
With your friends.
Yeah.
I don't see nothing wrong with now. You shouldn't go too deep into it, because you just never know what your friends may be going through. They may be going through a real financial hardship, but they're not sharing that with you. And so by you really indulging on what, maybe your highs or lows, wherever it may be, especially if you high, then, they may feel some type of way, or they may start asking you for some more money. You know what I'm saying?
So were we watching Why Did I Get Married 2 together last weekend?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, Tyler Perry movie called Why Did I Get Married 2. Was the second one, right? But I think they said anyway, whatever. So Jill Scott is in that movie, and I can't remember the gentleman's name that plays her husband, but there was a situation there where he got upset with her because she said something about, and it's funny because you said something like, amongst the group of friends, she said, we spent our last to come here. Yeah. And Jason was like, why she gotta say all that?
Right. I remember that.
So maybe it's like maybe that was like a man thing or whatever. Because women. I'm trying to stop saying girls, y'all. Like, it's woman.
Yeah.
Like, we're not little girls, we're women. Anyway, so women, we kind of maybe we're just a little bit more free to talk about that because y'all men have such a identity thing with the. I'm not providing for my wife right now and all this other stuff. So that was a little tough for him. And so he asked her, he was like, why you tell them that? Why you got to tell them that we spent our last to come here? Because he was having a hard time finding a job. So of course this was a very sensitive moment for him. And she was like, but I tell my friends that, like, we don't, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Like, we're just having a hard time finding a job, but you'll get one, like, basically. But it wasn't a big deal. She was even comfortable asking them for money, and he was not comfortable with that. Right. What do you think about that, Jason?
What, asking for money to go on a trip?
This whole situation, you agree, clearly you was like, why she gotta say all that? So clearly you would not have wanted me to say anything like that.
Telling my business. She telling my business. So. They ain't even asking.
That's our business. It's my business too.
But don't be dragging me into that.
If she need to have some sort of support because you walking around moping and sad because you haven't been able to get a job yet, you know what I'm saying? And she needs some sort of to be able to talk to somebody to give her strength to encourage you. You know what I'm saying?
Tell your one good friend, but don't tell the whole group. Especially in front of the fellas. Yeah.
But what if y'all need help?
Well, like I said, tell your one good friend they got some money.
And that's what I mean. She was, like I said, she was willing to take money from one of her friends, but he wasn't down for that.
Yeah. Well.
I tell you what, I mean, if y'all not in agreement with it, then you probably shouldn't do it behind his back. Right. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I thought of that as I was preparing for this episode. I was like, oh yeah, that's never happened to me and you, but I can see how that can easily happen. And she wasn't being malicious about it at all. She was just, she trusts her friends, and she knew them longer than he knew them. Those were her friends and not his friends, you know? And so she's way more comfortable with them. So that's another thing, right? Yeah. To think about before you say something like that.
And then he's being introduced into this group. And then it's like, you're whack. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you ain't trying to be the low man on the totem pole.
Right.
Inside this brand new group. Right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can feel him.
Yeah. Okay.
But I can see her perspective too. But like I said, say that stuff in private. Don't say it to the whole group.
Okay.
Because it makes it awkward.
I hope I don't say nothing crazy one day.
Well, you will. I'm gonna forgive you. It's okay. That's just my wife.
Okay. Another thing is your partner's past trauma. Any secrets? You know,
You started rocking back in the chair when you was talking about that. So what's
partner's history of trauma.
Come on, share. Do share. You got
No,
a story
I don't know. I
behind
was
this or
just
something?
no. I don't have any story. I
You
just
was
started
rocking.
doing this.
I'm looking at your body language. What's that mean?
I don't have any story.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe because I feel like this should be a given.
Okay.
Maybe my body is telling off on that. I don't know. It's like,
Okay.
yeah, your relationship is a sacred place, like
Yeah.
Alicia Keys said.
Yeah.
In Diary. Remember that song?
Sing it for me.
No, you sing it.
Which song was it?
When she says,
"So in the pages your diary."
yeah, she said, I won't tell your secrets.
I won't tell
Yeah.
your secrets.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna sing that part.
I can't sing.
Whatever. So yeah, I remember.
I'm just shy. Jason said I can carry a tune.
I didn't say that.
You did.
I said you was in there singing it the other day.
I ain't talking about then. I'm saying in the past you have said I can carry a
Yeah, yeah. You got a little something in you. I don't know why you be hating on me. If you stop hating on me, you can probably sing a little bit better. Be hating on me.
So yes, it's definitely every situation is different. But I think that it's safe to assume that you probably just should not share past trauma. And sometimes I think I shouldn't say this is a given, but because sometimes that past trauma is the thing that's causing problems in your relationship, right? Like your partner, whatever they went through is the thing that's causing the problems. Right. So it would make sense that it could easily come out, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I just think that and then some people may be okay with sharing their story if it's to help someone else. In that situation, you definitely have to ask, your partner first, is it okay if I share this story with someone because I feel like it could really help them, right? Your story. But as far as, just sharing because this is the problem that you all are going to, I would say definitely go to a therapist for that. Yeah. And there could be if you want to tell your friend about a problem, there could be a way that you can explain that, I don't know, maybe you could just say that my partner experienced some trauma when they were a child or something like that and not go into the specifics about what the trauma was. And just say, well, as a result, he or she is still kind of dealing with this thing, but maybe just find don't give the specifics away.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think?
I like it.
You love it?
I like it. I love it. I want some more of it.
I wonder how many people know this song.
I tried so hard.
Jason and we listened to country music when we were kids. Is that okay to share?
There's nothing wrong with that. Music is music. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Music and dance, they say that's the highest form of praise.
Here's a big one. Infidelity or relationship problems.
Sharing that
with your friends.
You know what? It's rough. You know what I'm saying? Infidelity is one of those things that it's just a rough thing, man, because especially if you're the victim to it, right? So maybe you're in total shock, right? So it's like how do you not tell your best friend? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We did a whole series over this and about this. We were basing it on this book. I can't even remember the name of it right now, but the author is Esther Perel. Check her out. She's awesome too. And she was talking about how people feel kind of trapped, right? Like some people feel like they can't tell their family members. So they're like holding two secrets. You cheated on me and I can't tell anybody because I know they're going to hate you.
Right.
So now I have to now you double wounded me because now I have to deal with this by myself. Right.
Right.
And then if you do share, a lot of people will look at me crazy if I decide to stay with you.
Yeah.
And they will not let it go and they'll continue to hate you and they won't let it go.
Right. Like you said, if you don't say anything about it, every time, your family's like, "Ooh, you got a good man," this and that and third. And that may be true, but
yeah,
it's gonna hurt a little bit. It's like that knife just did it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just a tough, touchy situation.
Yeah. So I'm not, like I said, from this list, I'm not sure if they saying that these are things that you shouldn't share, but mentally you may just need to share it with your friend. But like I
Or
said,
get a therapist.
yeah.
I understand you might not have the money, but man, you might need to fork up some bread. Especially the one who dropped the ball. Have them come,
have
put a
them
little
pay
extra
for
overtime.
it. So you need to pay for my therapy because you got me like this, okay?
Part of my therapy is a shopping spree. I need some new clothes.
All right. So yeah, I mean, that's just, you just have to decide, and hopefully if you're a person listening and you're receiving this information, I have very much turned into a person that says, if you like it, I love it. You know what I'm saying? And, even though I may not agree with your choice or what you're deciding to do, it is your life. And if that is what you want to do, I will tell you what my, thoughts are about it. But if that's what you want to do, go on ahead, and I will love you still. Like that's all I got to say. But if you want to choose to stay with someone, because people do make mistakes. Some people do cheat and then they change, and y'all are happily ever after. Like, I mean, I don't know. So who am I to say? Only you can decide, right? So I think that is the most important thing.
Oh yeah.
For sure. Jason, why are you looking at me like that?
I like your eyes.
You like my eyes today?
Your eyes look just wonderful. like got a little honey glow to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you just, I don't know. You done looked at me twice. Like,
I'm just saying your eyes.
Do
man.
something.
Just saying. Got your hair all curled up and stuff. Hey. Smile out glistening. Y'all see that?
Oh my gosh.
Y'all see it. My baby just beautiful.
Thank you, honey.
You know what I'm saying?
You're handsome too.
Gracias, muchacha.
So do you want to tell about, did I ever hurt you by sharing too much? Is there too much to share?
I don't know.
Jason hurt my feelings one time because he shared too much. Do you remember?
No.
You don't?
Kinda.
Okay. I'm not gonna go into specifics, but he totally did. It was like he shared something with a friend, and this friend made a comment, and I picked up on the fact that that person knew something about something that me and Jason was going through.
Yeah.
And I just picked up on it because of the comment that this person made.
Right.
And it just hurt my feelings because it was like, I didn't know that you told that person that.
Yeah.
And then the comment was kind of like, they know that your friend knew that I didn't. How do I say this? Your friend knew that I didn't know that you told that person that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it was almost like a secret.
I guess.
That's how I felt. Does it make sense what I just said, y'all?
I think it does, but
it feel like, so your friend did not tell me, they didn't say, oh, Jason said this about that situation. Jason told me that. Right?
Right.
So it was like you had told them something that it's like they almost knew that they wasn't really supposed to comment to me about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know?
No, I do.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what you guys say about that?
I shouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm not the one to say, I can admit when I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? I can learn from it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. We're not perfect beings, you know what I'm saying? But that's why we get grace and mercy, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully, I know I got grace and mercy from my wifey, you know what I'm saying? I can learn from those things. I'm learning all the time. Another thing, I'm a forgetful person too. And I don't want to claim that, but I'm just, my past is, I forgive and forget, and I'm on to the next, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of things I be forgetting, but I do remember, like when I make that change in my spirit or my heart, I may forget the act, but the thing that's meant to change has changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one of my exes, that yours wasn't so bad, but one of my exes shared something with his mama that I was just like so hurt. I was like, you are not being my diary right now. Like, you totally told your mama that. Like, that was between me and you.
Yeah.
It was very hurtful. So, fellas, mama boys, like, just watch it.
Yeah.
What you tell me?
Watch it.
Watch it.
Watch it.
So anyway, last thing, again, just be careful in general who you're sharing this information to. Hopefully we helped you with this. Like I said, this list of things I think people typically share with their friends.
And actually, she really don't share much. Period.
Yeah, I really don't. I'm an internal person.
Yeah.
I do write in my journal, and Jason and I do talk through our problems.
And I never try to read her journal either. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to know what's going on. You know, if like in her head like that. Because when you writing stuff, you're just trying to get it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if she want to talk to me about it, she's gonna talk to me. I'm not gonna invade on your privacy by reading your journal. You know what I'm saying? So I just Ashley, she had the top secret clearance. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I know how to keep a secret.
Yeah.
Only way to keep a secret is don't tell. That's it. There's no. If you got a secret, only way to keep it is you do not tell. Because somebody else, they gonna tell.
Right.
Okay. Just and maybe that's why I am so like I just don't tell a lot of stuff, because I already know they gonna slip up and say something to somebody else. Right. And I don't even get that mad about it. You know what I'm saying? I get mad at Jason because we living our life together. You know what I'm saying? But like, if it's something that I don't want nobody to know, I ain't saying a word. And I know how to keep a secret.
Yeah. Ashley keeps it close-lipped. I guess this episode, I'm doing a good job too. You know what I'm saying? I don't really put my business out there like that too much. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Ashley would to say less than I would. I would say that.
Well, and the only way that I will say a lot is to help people. Because, I came from a family where it's like, you don't tell what's going on in your house, and I would get in trouble as a kid because I would just like tell. So even now I probably still say too much sometimes, but most of the time it's because I'm just trying to I want to help somebody. I understand the power of stories and like the power that our story is going to help people, or hopefully it will, because like Jason said, the same things happen in relationships. So if we tell you our story about something, a miscommunication that we had, you're probably going to be able to identify with it in some way.
Sure.
And then it'll help you.
Sure.
So that's what I'm all about. If I tell too much, it's because of that.
Right.
That's where I get in trouble.
Yeah.
But other than like telling people what you said, I don't do that type of stuff. We gonna work this out together. So any details of our fight are like, well, this is what Jason said. I don't think any of my friends can really say that I called them saying Jason said this and Jason said that. No, we gonna talk this out.
Right.
There's no point. That's just too much. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like we gonna figure it out. But like I said, it's a thin line because a lot of people get trapped in emotional and abusive relationships because they're not talking to anybody and they think this stuff is normal or something. I don't know,
Right.
And they don't have anybody to bounce this off of. So that's why I can't say you should never do it. Like, no, it's sometimes you just really need it. And sometimes like you don't know anything about being in a relationship. So you ask one of your friends who have been in a good relationship for some years and, it'll help. So I don't know. I'm coming to the end of it, and it's like I don't know.
Nah, this is what it is. You got a counselor. You know what I'm saying? We Christian on this channel. It is what it is. Jesus, you know what I'm saying? God, that's you pray. Talk to him about your situations.
Yes,
talk to him.
But the Bible also says seek godly counsel,
and that's number one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Number two, get you a counselor. I keep saying it. Get you a counselor. If you can get you a Gucci purse. I don't even know if they still do purses and stuff like that. If you get you these new drips and all this clothes and stuff, by the way, we pick up your Loveology podcast hoodie, you know what I'm saying? Loveologypodcast.com.
Mm-hmm.
If you could do those things, you can afford to do a counselor. You'll be surprised that it's a lot of counselors out there do stuff pro bono, which is free, right? You'll be surprised, man. So it's help out there. You just got to look for it. Search for that help. You can get it, and
you can get it from books. Like we solved a big problem in our relationship from a book. Okay, so
you just gotta seek it.
Yeah,
if you're not seeking it, you won't find. But if you seek, you shall find.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you do it. Seek the help. Seek it, and the number one way to go seek it is talk to him first, and then he'll point you in the right direction.
And you can listen to this podcast too, because we just dropping, all sorts of gems all the time. So
if I don't say so myself, you know what I'm saying?
If I do say so.
If I do say so myself. On point.
Yep.
What you know about that anyway?
I know.
Okay. Well, yeah,
Okay,
I think this is a pretty informative, love.
I hope so. I hope we help somebody. At the end of the day, is you got to live your life, and it's you and your partner. So y'all got to talk it out. Y'all got to figure out that communication thing and talk it out.
Yeah,
figure it out.
Got to figure it out. And so, again, y'all, we really appreciate y'all for being supporters to the Loveology podcast. If you felt like this was some awesome information or some decent information, man, share it. Don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share this with somebody. Maybe this wasn't for you, but maybe you know that this could probably help someone else. Share it. Again, share it. And please, 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 you can support us by becoming a Patreon. So shout out to our Patreons out there. Go to loveologypodcast.com. Find that button and pick a tier and join us, because guess what? The second tier is only cost you where we at? No, the second tier is like $8 a month. I think his other one was like $2. You know what I'm saying? Just a little support. You get a free t-shirt so you can be representing the Loveology podcast. And I'm gonna say these shirts and these hoodies and stuff, man, excellent quality. So you're not gonna get just some raggedy piece of stuff. No, our price is a little higher because they are excellent quality. We don't really make that much off of these shirts and stuff. So definitely go check it out. Loveologypodcast.com, man. We got hats, we got shirts, we got all that stuff. So represent Loveology. We definitely appreciate you for doing that. We got anything else? Any closing remarks, love?
Nope, that's it. All
right, well, we finna shut it down, man. I hope y'all have a good, awesome weekend. Again, shout out to Black History Month. And man, I'm just excited for the next episode.
Yep, me too.
So we'll catch y'all next week. Drop a comment, like I said earlier, and next time, peace out.
Bye.